Alright, what's up gamers of YouTube? Welcome to yet another episode of Gamers Tube Cast. Yes, gaming video podcast brought to you via YouTube, hence the name Gamers Tube Cast. Speaking of Gamers Tube Cast, I need you guys to step the view count up. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your sisters, tell your brother. Some of you guys asked me to bring these back, so I would need for you guys to give back and pump some of my views up, get this episode to at least 100 views by the end of this week, and then move it up to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get these, if you guys really want these to be, coming back on a regular basis, week after week, instead of waiting for like almost a whole month, then I'm gonna need, that motivation from you guys to, be commenting down below and, get the view count up. So let's go ahead and dig into this 2.2 episode. Started off with some gaming news. We got the PSVR 2 announced. Finally, man. I knew they was going to announce the PSVR 2 sometime. I didn't think it was going to be this soon, to be honest with you. But either way it goes, I'm still excited for it. I still haven't got a PSVR yet. So that's why I'm glad that I waited this long so I can go ahead and get the second version of the PSVR instead of wasting money getting the first version. Even though I did try it out with my family that had, the PSVR and other people that had it. And it's an amazing experience, man. Like, even with the lower resolution screen, it's a unique experience. But I know Sony's about to do something real good, especially with the powerful PS5, man. It's about to be amazing. So it still sucks for a lot of people out there that don't got the 5, but your boy got it. I couldn't get the 3 when it came out. So some of you guys out there are like me when I couldn't get the 3. But eventually you'll get your hands on the 5e. But yeah, let me know if you guys are excited for the PSVR version 2. Let me know if you guys got it before. Let me know if you guys got the original version. Let me know what's your favorite game on the original VR that I should check out once I do get the second version. I know they're gonna come out with HD remasters, and a lot of those games are gonna be playable on the next gen version. So it's gonna be amazing, man. It's amazing, and it's an amazing and sad time for gaming. But at least it's here. Speaking of sad time for gaming, Back 4 Blood. That game got delayed. It was supposed to come out this month. Actually, I think it was supposed to come out this month or early next month, but it got delayed to October 12th, which is pretty much Left 4 Dead 3. That's how I look at it. When World War Z came out, I thought that was going to be my Left 4 Dead 3, but it kind of didn't too much play like Left 4 Dead, and I kind of realized why, because it was third person instead of first person. So yeah, Back 4 Blood delayed till October 12th. So let me know if you guys was planning on picking that up when it came out. I know I was, I was very overdue for another Left 4 Dead game, even though that's not an official Left 4 Dead game, but you can tell that they're kind of hinting towards this is kind of what it is, So even though it's not made by Valve, I don't think, and developed or produced by Valve. So next segment, Finish Him. The first game is Dead Island Riptide. I didn't even know I was that far along inside the game until I was playing it. Started playing some missions and stuff like that, and then next thing you know, credits is rolling. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on, okay. I'm a completionist, so I was happy that I finally finished that game. But on the flip side, I was just getting back into it and stuff like that, and then the game was over. Next game I finished recently is Call of Duty World War II. That game is amazing. Well, it's not amazing, but at the end it kind of got deep. The story kind of got deep towards the end. I kind of felt like they should have. I wish they would have had that same type of storytelling towards the throughout the whole entirety of the game. They did have some pretty good, decent storytelling throughout the game and stuff, and kept me appealed and interested for the most part. But at the end, they had me actually care about some of the characters and stuff like that. They actually cared about what was about to happen and stuff right when you thought it was over. So yeah, I like games like that, and a lot of people don't finish games these days. Like I said, I'm a completionist. I'm a whole different type of gamer. I'm an old school gamer and stuff like that. My son is 16 years old, just turned 16 on the 10th. So believe it or not. So I always bring that up because a lot of people think I'm super young. Come from a whole different generation of gamers, and I'm still gaming. Got gaming from my uncle and my mom, so imagine that. So I'm something like a pro. I got all kind of games that may not be worth a lot of money, but it's very hard for you to find. I can't wait to do another gaming countdown, looking at all my different collections and stuff like that. Like I said, I may not have the biggest in the world, but I got some decent stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Call of Duty World War II, if you didn't finish that game, go ahead and finish the story campaign inside that game, man. You know what I'm saying? Next segment, gaming pickups. Letting you guys know some of the gaming swag or games I picked up recently. So the first piece of gaming swag I picked up recently is, first up, yeah, we got the laptop that time. All right, boom, the Link poster. Not poster, but picture. Recently I was inside Ross, well, about a month ago. You know, I had this for a while. I meant to put this aside the last Gamers 2 Cast episode, and I forgot what had happened with me not putting this in. I think that's when my my video had cut out. But I seen this at Ross, and I just had to get it, man. It'd be against the law for me to not pick this up. How big of a Zelda fan I am. So, hell yeah, boy. And then next up, Call of Duty Cold War. Picked that up recently for me and my twin, aka my son. You know what I'm saying? So we've been on that. I haven't been on it that much. I got us both the Xbox version. I forgot that it's cross-play, so I could have got it for the PS4 and played it on my PS5. But I haven't been on my Xbox for the past 3 weeks. I meant to get back on and finish the Battle Pass and stuff like that and buy that so I can have some stuff. Even though I don't really focus too much on that real heavy, but it is fun to work towards something because that's what I like. I like the sense of achievements. That's why I'm a completionist. I like the sense of I'm doing something for a reason. I like the sense of achieving and completing something and going on to the next thing. Completing that and seeing what the next journey is. Completing that, then go to the next thing. So that's what I like. Have not finished this game yet. I'm surprised I haven't, because when I first got it, the campaign is the main thing I was playing. I used to always play the campaign strictly. Never touch the multiplayer inside no games until I finish the campaign, but it's kind of different for me now. Next piece of gaming swag gear I picked up recently, which is a big one. If you subscribe to my other channel, then you already know. If you follow me on Instagram, then you definitely already know. And that is the 55-inch 4K OLED TV. This the picture quality, man, it blows your mind. Sometimes I just stop and just can't believe how good the damn game looks. No matter what game I have on the screen, whether it's native 4K, whether it's not native 4K, it doesn't matter. Like how good that TV looks, it coupled with the PS5, especially upscaling some of those HD remasters. Man, it's ridiculous with the freaking HDR and the man. It's ridiculous. It's something that I feel like everyone inside the world should experience. Next segment, game chat. Why aren't there more Xbox Series X's and PS5s for sale? Like, honest to God, don't get it, you know? And then especially when it comes to people needing jobs and needing money and stuff like that, and companies losing money, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Put these people to work, make these damn materials, build this damn console, give you our money, boom. Like, it's a whole circle of things. Like, the consoles came out in December. How the hell is it already almost towards the middle of this year? So I don't understand what's going on with the manufacturing of these damn consoles to get these consoles out here to these damn stores. So yeah, let me know if you guys still waiting for a PS5 or Xbox Series X or Series S. I'm still waiting to get my son one. I'm still waiting to pick me up an Xbox. Because I can wait to see how some of these games look upscaled on the Xbox. I've been experiencing some amazing upscaling on the PS5 from the PS4 games. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Alright, next segment is Game Boy. Letting you guys know the games I've been playing recently, and man, I will tell you, it's been a lot. You know, I've been playing a lot of games recently, and the first game is Spider-Man Remastered. Still haven't played Miles Morales yet. You know, I've still been on the remastered of Spider-Man about 75% through with that game. Doom Eternal on the Xbox One X. Game is amazing. It looks crisp on a 4K TV. What can I say, man? Like, that's one of those games as well. I just stood there looking at it like Far Cry 5 on my Xbox, on my gaming laptop, on my Alienware 18.5 inch. It's a rare laptop, so it's worth a lot of money, about $2,000. But as far as the specs, it's not really worth that much as far as what it can do. I mean, for its time in 2017 and 18 and 16, around that time, it slapped the shit out some games. But now they developers on purpose don't come out with drivers for older freaking graphics cards on purpose, so they can't work with the older games. So you have to buy the newer graphics cards, because there's even some older graphics cards that I know for a fact can run some of these games. Borderlands 3, I've been playing that game recently as well on PS5, but of course the PS4 version upscaled to the PS5. I don't think they're going to come out with an official PS5 version, simply because the PS4 version runs good enough on PS5 and it looks good enough. When I say good enough, I don't mean like okay, it looks actually real good. Like I said, and then of course Call of Duty Cold War, I've been on that on the Xbox Series X, not Series X, Xbox One X, you know, playing that game. That game looks amazing up on there, so it's just to blow my mind how it would look on the newer Xbox on the 4K TV. Next up, Ratchet & Clank Remastered. Now, This gonna blow some of y'all mind out there, especially some of y'all gamers that's old school gamers that have been playing on the PS2. I've never, in my life, ever, in the history of my life gaming, I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, ever. And I've owned 3 of them. You know, I did a gaming trade a long time ago, and someone had gave me a gang of PS2 games. Still didn't play it. You know, it's just one of those games where I just people played it enough for me. I just kept hearing so much about it, and I just never got a chance to get into it. And every time I did think about, okay, I might get this game, finally play this game, another one came out, and then another one comes out. I'm like, you know, I'm just lost, and it just felt like I just knew enough about the game where I didn't need to experience it myself. That's why I felt until I experienced it myself. And mainly, the games I love are shooters and RPGs. But besides those, everybody know I'm a beast at platformers. I love platforming games, and the mix shooting with platforming, and it's like pretty much a platformer, RPG, and a shooter. I didn't even know all that. Like, I just thought it was like, I kind of knew it, but I didn't really too much. Like they say, you never know something until you know something. You never, don't judge something until you actually do it and play it for yourself. And then last but not least, the game I've been playing recently, real heavy. I got back on it recently out of nowhere. I've been craving to play something scary recently. So The Last of Us Part 2, been playing that. Still playing on hard difficulty. Of course I play all my games on hard difficulty. I'm playing Ratchet and Clank on hard difficulty. I beat Call of Duty World War II on hard difficulty. I'm playing Borderlands 3 on hard. Can you set that difficulty to hard? I don't think you can in Borderlands. It's automatic. You know, Far Cry 5, playing that on hard difficulty. Doom Eternal, playing that on hard difficulty. Spider-Man Remastered, I'm playing that on hard difficulty. I play all my games on hard difficulty. But anyways, last segment of the day inside Gamers Tubecast. Notice Gamers Tubecast is long, but it is a gaming video podcast. So hope you guys stay tuned or split this video up and watch the other half later on with some popcorn. Top 10 gaming. So this is going to be consisted of different gaming related countdowns throughout Gamers Tubecast, just to spice it up a little bit, give you guys a little gaming countdown. I do like countdowns myself. So, you know, might as well give you guys a little mini top 10 countdowns on my Gamers Tubecast. And today's Gamers Tubecast top 10 countdown is the top 10 games that made me spiritually and deeply attached to the game from the very start. Just like took me and just pulled me in, you know what I'm saying? Like those games that really, really made you feel like you were really deeply that character or really involved within what's going on in that story. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like it became like, felt like it's like part of your natural life, like spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of like did something to you when you're playing that game or something like that. So I think when I count down some of these games, you guys get what I'm saying. So I did say top 10, but I do got a bonus 11 for you guys. And I'm starting off with Mass Effect. So that game, when that game came out, was no other game on the console at the time, on the Xbox 360 like it. Like that game took exactly what I wanted inside a sci-fi game and made it what it was, you know what I'm saying? Like everything I would imagine how I would want to play a sci-fi game, a shooter, exactly how Mass Effect did it, from the story to the voice acting to the different ways you land on the planets and you can explore and find different elements, find hidden missions, energy weapons, the grenades. That's why I said Mass Effect, not Mass Effect 2 or 3, because I like the energy weapons and how it really, really felt sci-fi-ish. Even the way you leveled up your weapons and character was very, very deep, you know what I'm saying? Mass Effect is the best Mass Effect game, and I still stand by that, period. Number 10, Prey. Not the new Prey game, but the original Prey game. If you new school kids don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about this game, this Prey game right here. The original Prey game, which they were supposed to make a sequel to, but the sequel is nothing like this. But I did hear a lot of good things about that game, so I will be picking that game up. I think I own the game, but I just haven't played it yet. I think I got it on a Steam sale, or either I forgot what console I got it on. I got so many damn consoles, you guys, that be catching so many sales and so many PS Plus deals and Xbox Gold. I can't even keep track of what I got stuff on. So, but yeah, the original Prey game, still to this day, I can put that game in and just that whole bar scene and everything, it felt like authentic, you know. I wish they would have remade a game. I want to see another Alien game like this, you know what I'm saying? Like remade like that, where you just like the first 3 hours you actually just driving around doing regular stuff. You going to work and then all of a sudden some aliens come down and start taking over and you trying to drive and get away and stuff like that. I want to see another Alien. I want to see a game made like this again. If you never played this game, if you play this game, you'll see what I'm talking about. It really felt like you actually got invaded and took into a ship. Of course, the graphics is old for its time, but this game it really makes you feel like you're actually going through these different environments, the different weapons, the different way they like Portal. If you like Portal, you're gonna like this game because the way you play with the different mirrors and you go through a mirror and you come out a different way, upside down, and it's cool, man. Like this game is really good. And then when you're the other characters within the game that's getting held hostage as well too, like you seeing them getting sacrificed. And I ain't gonna give too much away. It's not really a super deep story driven game, but it's not one of those games that got like a super lot of cutscenes or nothing like that. That's what makes a lot of games, certain games, really feel like it's you playing a game when it don't have that many cutscenes, but the voice acting and storytelling and the pacing is so good. Prey is definitely one of those games that made me feel real involved within the game. All right, so number 9, Onimusha. I would say preferably Onimusha 1, but I do love them all. But something about Onimusha 1 is something like spiritually, like I don't know if it's the music, it's the environment. It feels like you're inside that samurai type vibe setting and stuff like that, and just everything, the pacing and the creatures, the sound effects. Like I said, that's another game that has cutscenes, but just enough to where it's not like what's driving the whole storytelling of the game. It's the environments, the music, the different enemies that you face, the way the enemies approach you and stuff like that. Like the game is just amazing, man. That whole series, hands down, top to bottom, bottom to top. No matter how you look at that game, the Onimusha series, man, that's where these other games, Ghost of Tsushima and these other games get it from. They get it from Onimusha. You know what I'm saying? Onimusha and Ninja Gaiden. That's where a lot of these games have been coming out with sword and shields and dodging and stuff like that. Even Bloodborne. They took everything, like all that stuff comes from Onimusha and those other games that came out before it. They need to come out with some more Onimusha game, Onimusha 4, man. Come on. Capcom? The hell is that? Come on, man. Onimusha 4, man. Come on. I'm about to play that. Oh, speaking of Onimusha, oh, I didn't put that on here. That's another game I've been playing recently on the PS2. Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. You know, finally I started playing that game again from the beginning because I lost my save somehow. So I started again about 45 hours in. And, you know, of course, you can't make the PS2 game look super amazing on the 4K TV. But, man, how it looks good. You know, it don't look bad at all. You know, I'm using this dongle, which I still haven't did an official unboxing of. But I do have the footage of it. But it connects to your PS2 and it allows you to plug an HDMI cable to your PS2 to your TV. You know, so that's what I did. I got the M cable plugged up to that. It then plugged up to the 4K TV. The M cable does not support HDR, but the PS2 don't support HDR anyway. So that's perfect for the PS2 hooked up to the LG TV. And man, it looks crispy. It looks pretty clean. You know what I'm saying? It looks real clean. And then if you play some PS2 games, it may end up fooling you, making you think you're watching a PS3 game. Now, at number 8, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That game, especially when it came out with it remastered and on the 3DS, Nintendo 3DS, oh my God, man. Talk about environment and story and music-driven gameplay. That right there, like, I don't know what they be doing. It's some type of something they be doing with these Zelda games, because everyone that played Zelda, any Zelda game, I always say Ocarina of Time, because that game, it just does something to you when you play it. Even if you play it to this day, that game is beyond the game. I don't know. Even though, and then it looked kiddie. It's like a kid. It's not realistic graphics or nothing, but Dishonored, the first one. I don't know. Like when I played that game, I wasn't expecting much from it, and it's the same way I approach another game that's number 1 on this list, but I didn't expect much from it. I just heard different things about it, and I finally played it, and I love those stealth in the shadows, hiding and creeping up, and people don't know where you at type games anyways. And then also when I was finding like different hidden areas and windows I can go to and find other little story elements, but it's put there for people like me that actually do explore and do different things and like to look around. And Dishonored had that going for itself, the story and everything, and how the environments felt real, the characters felt real, the story felt real. Like, you know, the cities felt alive, even though they wasn't like big old giant cities, but they felt like little towns. They felt like alive, you know. So we ain't gonna talk about Dishonored 2, even though I got the collector's edition right there. But we ain't gonna talk about that. All right, so what's next? The Witcher. You know, some of the other Witcher games got better story elements and drive and the way you play the game, but The Witcher 1, the pacing, the story, the voice acting. That game was way ahead of its time. When I say way ahead of its time, like way ahead of its time, like way ahead of its time. You know, you go back and play that game now, you wouldn't even think how old that game actually is. You know, even though you can tell it's kind of old compared to the newer games, but you wouldn't think it's that old. That game came out in 2001 or 2005 or something like that. Even, I don't know, I think even older than that. Like the Witcher games always been realistic the way the developers design those games. CD Projekt Red, they are amazing at designing their open world games. I don't know how they do it, how they have the Witcher 3 with no loading scenes when you walk into a cave. Like, none of the Elder Scrolls games can't even do that. And it still don't do that to this day. How the hell do CD Projekt Red figure out how to do these open world games like that? Like they hide their loading screens so fucking well. Like I don't know how the hell they do it. Like it blows my mind in Witcher 3. Next up, number 4, Oblivion. Yes, this game right here, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. You know, this game, when I first played this game, the music, the trees and everything, the environments, when it rains, like everything felt good, like the different missions, the Oblivion gates, even though some of those got repetitive. Man, this game is just, it makes me want to play it right now. They need to remaster this game. But I never finished this game. I had the DLC. I put like probably 300 to 400 hours into Oblivion. I gotta look at my game saves, my old game saves, if I can find them. Cause I know they're on my old Xbox hard drive, Xbox Elite hard drive I still have. But yeah, man. Well, number 3, Fallout 3. When you first leave the vault, that door opens up. You go out there, the wasteland, like the different story elements and stuff inside the game, different quests and stuff you go on, and characters in the game, and just hidden little missions and weapons, and just some DLC could have been better, but for the most part, man, that Fallout 3, bro, like even Fallout 4 can't touch Fallout 3. Like I really was deep inside Fallout 4 as well. It got to a point where I remember I was playing on my widescreen TV Fallout 4, and I was really, really like into that game the same way I felt about Fallout 3. Fallout 4 started making me feel that same way. I was playing that game every single day. Like I was really, really sucked into that game. But Fallout 3 is that game though, man. Like still to this day, I beat that game 3 times. Still to this day, I can go inside there and play that game and feel like it feels brand new again, because it still gives me that same feeling when you walk out and you just in this open world, and I'm a survivor in real life. So, and then the last 2 games before I close this Gamers 2 cast out, at number 2, Final Fantasy VII. Yes, that game is going to always hold a special place in my heart. People have always loved that game. It's crazy because when that game first came out, I wasn't really into RPGs, especially not on damn turn-based RPGs. Like that was like horrible. I didn't like games like that to me. Like games like that to me was like, I used to try and avoid those games at all costs. I didn't like, cause I like action games. I didn't like click on this character and choose the power and then click. I didn't like, that was stupid to me. Like I didn't like that. But man, when Final Fantasy VII came out, I didn't even know what the game was. I went to Sam Goodies, and that's when this was a long time ago. I went to Sam Goodies to go pick up I was craving a new game, like something that's going to take my mind and just get me involved within a deep story. You know, I was craving a real deep story, and I picked up a game that was brand new in the package, $20. I wish I had picked up all of them. $20 damn dollars. Every time I think about that, I get so damn mad. You know how many copies of Final Fantasy VII I could have had brand new in the package for $20? Man, that game was only fucking $20 brand new. Now that game goes for like $400, $500 brand new. From the moment I put the game in, when it first started up, the first scene, I'm like, whoa, this is like already deep already. Like, cause I'm like a story-driven person, so I'm like, whoa, this is. Then the music started hitting my ear. I'm like, cause the music plays a big part in movies and inside games and inside music, of course. Man, like the music really, really tells the story of what's going on. Like when a character's sad, the music, the strings start coming in. The people that don't get enough credit is the music producers on these games and movies. It felt like an after-school adventure every single day after school. Like I come home and go on this adventure. So that's what Final Fantasy VII did to me. Like it really, really took me, and it really took half of my day. Like it was really part of my life, literally. Like that game, every time I put the PlayStation up, I was sucked in. And then at number 1, which I feel like Final Fantasy VII should have been number 1, but at number 1 is Half-Life 2. People don't keep on bringing up Half-Life 2 for no reason, people. For those of you that never played Half-Life 2, I don't care if you're not a shooter fan, I don't care if you're not a story-driven fan, it's something about that game that's going to take you and just pull you in, man. Like, that game is spiritually, I don't know, like that game has no cutscenes. There's like a few little like in game cutscenes. There's no animated cutscenes. There's like in game little stuff, like in game renders and stuff like that. But you really don't see no cutscenes inside Half-Life 2. The whole entire game drives itself. Like, it don't need any cutscenes. It don't need anybody telling you, hey. So these events that happen, no, the game just does an amazing job at. It don't even need to speak. It's literally a shooter. It's a first-person shooter, but it's a story. It's an RPG. You know what I'm saying? It's not an RPG because you don't level up or nothing, but it's an adventure game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an adventure first-person shooter. The graphics at its time was old, of course, but even at its time with those old graphics, just imagine if they remastered that game. That'd be overwhelming. Like, because that game is already so much story-driven just by the environments alone and by the characters alone, the music and everything. Like, so if you have not played any of these games I just mentioned on this list of games that spiritually and attach me to the game from the start, then you're missing out. You know, most definitely. And a lot of these games needs to be remastered. Half-Life 2 needs to be remastered. Fallout 3 needs to be remastered. Oblivion most definitely needs to be remastered. The Witcher needs to be remastered. So with that being said, finally this Gamers Tube Cast is over. I always say this at the end of my Gamers Tube Cast. I don't know how I'm going to chop this down. Shout out to all the people out there that asked me to bring these back. You know, this is for you guys. Like I said, share it with your sister, brother, mother, auntie, aunt, cousin, brother, friends, cousin, sister, uncles, best friends, nieces, daddy. Share with that motherfucker. I bet you I get a lot of views. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode of Gamers Tube Cast, gaming video podcast brought to you via YouTube, hence the name Gamers Tube Cast.